All right, welcome to another episode of the Lyonz Den. My name is Damian Johnson.
Keno Bino.
Devin Lee.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Be my guest to introduce me.
We got Miss Tawana Smith
Hey.
in the building.
Hey.
Give a round of applause for her. Have I been drinking?
This one. Okay.
I've been drinking.
Tell you what's up.
I've been drinking.
You been drinking? What you been drinking?
Tea.
Okay.
Oh, okay. So we just gonna lie. Okay.
This is for tea.
Yeah.
Hey, first and foremost, thank you for stopping by the Lyonz Den.
Thank you for the invite.
One of the reasons we wanted to have you on the show is because you are a lioness
Thank you.
in your own right.
Okay.
I've always looked at you as a woman that could hold your own
You guys.
amongst.
Y'all too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank
Stay
you.
black. Stay black.
You can hold your own,
Thank you.
and you can articulate yourself. All those wonderful
Can
things.
Sometimes.
I know I'm struggling right now.
struggling,
I don't know
Yeah,
what.
right.
I don't know what.
You're
just
making him
happened.
nervous, T.
I don't know what.
I've been
just happened.
drinking. I've been drinking.
Let me sit up straight. But we're gonna dive right into it. We wanted to get you on the show because we wanted this from a female perspective.
Okay.
This topic was brought to me. It was suggested that we discuss it, and I said, all right, we'll do it, but we need a female on the show. Does a woman lose her value if she's divorced with kids?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Well, in my opinion. Well,
This is where you play the heartbeat, bro. Doom, doom. Doom, doom. Doom, doom. Look at Tawana.
Absolutely not.
baby.
Why?
does a man lose his value if he has kids and 5 baby mamas? It depends on the person.
Mhm.
Depends on the relationship. As far as the woman, I don't feel so.
Okay.
Because everybody got experiences. No one's gonna. Well, I was about to say in the grown-up world, but you even have women in their 20s that got kids.
Mhm.
So I don't feel she should be looked down upon, or feel she's not a catch because she has kids.
That's your personal opinion.
It is.
But
Some
the
men
mass
may not want
majority,
it.
when you look at the mass majority from your friends and
Mhm.
female friends that have kids, they're divorced, they have kids, and your male friends that are single, and you talk to your boys and, yo, I got this young lady. First thing that a man might say is, does she have kids? And you say, yeah, she a good girl, though. She work, you know what I mean? Kids,
Mhm.
cool, you know what I mean?
Depends
She
on
don't
the
work for nothing.
situation.
The dude might be like a little hesitant, but like, okay, well, how many? First thing.
Mhm.
Second thing is, are the kids, are the dads in the kid's life?
Relationships.
Right. And then piggybacking off of that is like, based on the answer, that's how they take it. Okay, well, yeah, I'll talk to her all now. You know, how many baby daddies? 2. They in the life? Yeah, I'm good. That's too
Questions
much
have
drama.
to be asked. You can't just generalize it. Everybody's situation is different. Now, if I come into your life and you have me as a female and you're a man, have 2 kids, I'm gonna ask questions, like you said. How's your relationship with the baby mamas? With the baby mamas. How many baby mamas? So it depends on the situation, I feel. I don't feel we should just generalize it. Because at first I used to say, I'm not dealing with a man with kids. But I changed my perspective on that.
Right.
When I started dating someone with kids, and he had things in control. He had money where he can pay his child support where he wasn't struggling. But then I had another situation where the guy was struggling paying his child support. So it depends on the situation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you feel like a woman loses her value?
Again, it depends on the situation. I don't think so, because at the end of the day, it's the norm. You look at it nowadays, if a woman is single, she at least has 1 child.
Mhm.
That's just the bottom line. Everybody has a kid nowadays. So
Whether it's a real kid or a dog, everybody got a kid. Believe that.
that's how you get your mic muted. Like I was saying, yeah. It depends on the situation, but because it's so many people with kids out here that
It's the
You
norm,
just gotta-
like you said.
you got to find a happy medium. You know what I mean? It can't be too crazy, of course, in a situation. Situation can't be too crazy. Then you like, oh, nah,
I'm out. Yeah.
I'm out. Especially if you're one with no kids coming into the situation, and the person has one or two, it's like, all right, well, again, where's the dad, or where's the, in your sense, where's the mother? How was that relationship? You know, how involved are they?
Yep.
You know, so.
What you think?
Me? I'm not with them, y'all. Ladies, if y'all listening, I do not like the word value in this instance.
Okay.
I only use the word value. Is it harder for you to date them? Yes, but I only really say women lose their value when they got kids. I look at it like it's a job.
Divorce with kids.
Don't matter. Whether they're divorced or they're separated. Have they made bad decisions? Maybe. But I want to say they've lost their value. To me, they've gained experience, they've gained knowledge, they've gained wisdom. Now, the thing is, if they make the same mistakes with you, then you may want to question it, yes. But in the sense, I look at it as an advantage because she's more responsible. She got kids.
Some of
See what
them.
I'm saying? So,
Some of them.
well, some of them. Brother, you know, if I ain't shot there, no round of
Oh,
applause.
he feel like he on to something.
Yeah, man.
Boy, he feel like, hey,
you left.
boy, when
come on,
Keno
bro,
finally
like,
step up to the mic, boy, he wants you
see
ready.
What it did to me, T?
Hey.
Like, I didn't get no round of applause. Like, I'm making a valid point. Like, god damn, man.
But we thought I was waiting for you to finish. I think
Man,
that's when he
let-
was
You
gonna-
didn't finish your thought.
I'm done, yo.
he wanted you to interrupt him with the you know?
like some yo, like come
Hey.
on, bro.
Nice.
No, but for real,
What do you guys feel? Like, do you guys, is it a yay or nay? Or does it
I wouldn't
just matter?
say. I would say nah. I don't think they lose their value.
It depends on the situation.
It's harder to date women with kids.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? Because they could like baggage, but I wouldn't say they lose their value.
I feel everybody come with some type of baggage. You just
Yeah.
have to decide what baggage you're able to tolerate, period. So,
Right.
Especially when you reach a certain age in your life,
You
it's gonna be hard for you to
talking
say.
to the mic.
No, it's when you reach a certain age in your life, it's gonna be hard saying you're gonna find a woman right now, like Devin said, who ain't got no kids. So
I don't have no kids and I'm 48, but I'm divorced. Do I lose my...
God dang.
Why did I just say that? Looking good.
So if y'all listen, fellas, 48, single, no kids. So
Surprisingly,
we start the bidding at
Aha.
$3.
For what?
$2.
Let me
I'm
talk in the
joking.
mic.
He said 3.
For what? What is that bidding for?
To show up to the venue here
Oh.
and say hi to T.
Absolutely not. You got to come up on that. $3. You got to come up on that $3.
Surprisingly, there are a few people that I've actually spoken to that feel like a woman does lose her value.
I get it. And I get it. I understand why a man would. It's hard to date somebody with kids. It's hard to be married with someone with kids because my ex-husband had 2 kids and he had money going into another household. He had money. Oh, I hear the
You
difference.
feel it? You feel it?
Yeah, he had money going into a whole nother household. So it's hard to deal with.
You missed what he said.
What he said? What you said, Deborah? What you said?
I said, you feel it?
Not yet. That's after hours. Yeah, it depends. It depends. It is hard. I will say it's hard to deal with. And I'm just speaking from a woman perspective on a man having kids. So it can be.
So the 2 people that I actually spoke to, I actually combated them with one of the questions that you asked. Does a man lose his value? Because I feel like a lot of times we're quick to put things on women
Just women, yeah.
and not realize like men have value too.
Could go both
And
ways.
we can, if that's how we want to call it, we can lose our value if you're sitting out there just 10 kids, 10 baby mamas and stuff. Like nobody wants to deal with that.
Nobody wants to do it.
But you
And-
said the word value. It should be more on men, really, because men pay child support. The majority of women don't. So really, men are losing value because if I'm with you, money is important. We're partners. So you have money going elsewhere. So to me, we should be more focused on if men lose their value. Like how many women pay child support, you know? So when you say value, what exactly are we talking about?
That's a good question.
You know what I
That's a
mean?
good question.
But doesn't men, when you're with a man and you're dating a guy and you really like him, he really likes you, and you are comfortable, you came to terms with what he has going on, right? And then he has money going here and money coming into the house as well, but he's able to help keep a happy balance between the two. Yeah, you know that money's going that way, but that's a
Happy
support.
balance. I like that.
Yeah, that's a support, But that's easy to cope with because he's able to hold down both, right?
Okay.
Whereas though a woman she's not paying child support, but she's not getting the child support a lot of the times either. And she's having you come in the picture, and I won't say that you have to step into that role, but as a man, as a real man, and you're dating this woman and you're courting this woman, you would have to cater to the kid at some point and do for the kid. So, like I said, real man.
Now you're talking.
Right, a real man. So it's harder for a real man to come into a situation with a woman that the kid is not being provided for, but just one parent is providing for that child versus the other way around, because I feel like a real man that's in that situation with multiple kids, he's going to step up more, especially if he really likes you, not to make you feel the void. He's going to maybe pick up a side hustle, pick up an extra job, pick up extra shifts, and then still try to make time between the two. Now, does it happen all the time? Probably not. But, it's more likely for that to happen versus a woman with a child where the father's not around, or she's going back and forth with the bull between the kid's father, and then you're there seeing it, and you're like, all right, well, she's struggling. She's holding it down. Yeah, it's cool, but at the end of the day, she still needs some form of help.
She's going to look for you for support.
She's going to look for you for support, and you still got the emotional part in it. Because what does every man want in a relationship? What's the main thing that you think every man wants, T, in a relationship?
I am so trying to figure that out.
Fellas?
What's the main thing a man wants? To me, support from his woman.
I think what I want from a
First of all,
woman
hold on,
is
hold on,
I
before-
want to be cuddled.
This is how you get it. This
Because it's
mute.
yeah.
This is how you get an air horn.
Ooh,
That's a good question.
that is.
Go ahead.
Peace.
Okay.
Peace. A man will go out and work 16 hours a day. A man will deal with whatever they got to deal with on the job. Whatever most jobs, some jobs could be physical, right? Then you're dealing with what your lady wants. You're dealing with the kids. You're dealing with the bills. You're dealing with the house. You're dealing with the car, right? You're dealing with all these other aspects. And then maybe you got to factor in his family, maybe the mom, you know what I mean? The dad, family, like siblings like that. So to be a man, it's a lot of responsibility. Not to take it from a woman that doesn't have responsibility, but to be a man, it's a lot of responsibility. So at the end of the day, when they look for that woman, they just want peace.
Okay.
Because you figured you can get sex anywhere, right? You can get conversation anywhere. Conversation and sex, you can get that hand in hand, especially when you just meet a person. You get that. You can get all of that, all the stuff that you initially thought that a man might
talking
want.
about a massage parlor? What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about?
You stop daydreaming. We're talking about the number
man
one
wants
thing.
peace in his life.
The number one thing a man will want from his woman, and it's not just sex.
Well, here's the question.
Or money or anything like that. Bring it to the table. It's
Okay,
peace.
so peace.
Is the man doing something to bring peace into his life?
That's
If he's doing everything he's
You know what I'm
supposed to
saying?
be doing as a man
Yeah.
in my life, he's gonna get that peace.
right.
I
know
only
what I mean?
ask that because a lot of times men want something, but they're not doing something to contribute to receiving it.
Right. That's
You know
true.
what I'm saying? Like
That's true.
a lot of times men will want peace, but then if you stay out all night and then your wife asks you a question and you don't answer it and you leave her to think
You're not gonna get peace.
whatever it is she gonna think.
You can
So
tell
you
her where
can't
you
get
at,
mad.
bro, and you still ain't get no peace.
But
But you
that's
still-
But you
you-
can't put yourself in that position either.
Exactly. You're
Right.
still in control of that.
But the thing is, why you out late though? Cause to prevent that, your ass should be at home.
That's
I'm
what-
saying for
yeah,
whatever
right,
reason.
exactly.
For whatever reason. But let's say
The love should have.
you should have
Right.
you can prevent
Oh, right.
certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if you don't put yourself in that situation, now if you're dealing with a woman who's battered and bruised and emotionally damaged, then ain't shit you could do about that. But let's just say you stepped out one time it's gonna take time for you to get that peace back because she's gonna start questioning
Of
things.
course.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
But I do agree, man. I also I don't know how I followed that up. I feel like you just cut me off at the knees.
That's a good one, though.
That is a good one.
Good to know.
Yeah. I mean, you figured if everything else he's able to attain on his own, he don't really, yeah, cool if his girl can do that, but he don't really need you for anything else that you can think of. But the peace.
I got one. Support.
I said that.
Huh?
I agree. I said that.
She said,
You did?
Yes.
Okay.
daydream too?
But no, it's
it
different.
just
Hearing
went
it from
over.
a man is different hearing it from a woman.
And I say that because, to come from a biblical standpoint,
Why this man looking at me?
Because we know you're going to say it 10 minutes later. You know I got one. Support.
to come from a biblical standpoint, they say he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. So, a lot of times, I've seen it where men aren't really supported in their dreams and their goals or whatever their aspirations are. Going back to what he said on one of the episodes about finances can kill a marriage. Like if you
Oh,
T,
yes.
I'm gonna put you in a situation. If you're dating a dude that's an inspiring entrepreneur, like he's trying to create something to change the world.
Mhm.
Perfect movie, Acrimony.
Good
Could
movie.
you have been Taraji in that movie? Can you support a man who has aspirations like the one like he had in the movie? And then
Yeah, but there's a limit. Like, that was years, but he finally made it.
So do you think she was wrong or right at the end?
What was the story in between? Was he cheating on her or anything?
no, he
Cheated
cheated on her in
once.
college.
Yeah.
In college.
Yeah. While she was carrying and supporting him.
And the young lady that helped him accomplish his goal after all these years is a young lady that
Let me tell you the difference.
Did she help him?
Wait a minute.
No,
let
she
me.
didn't help him.
she did. Because remember she was
She
Took
was-
him in.
She took
That's-
him in.
yeah.
She took
Who, the
him
new
in.
wife?
The
Yeah.
new,
Yeah,
the new
the
wife.
new
This is
wife.
the
And
difference.
after Taraji kicked him
correct.
to the curb.
You
but
may
she,
get
but
it.
she was also the secretary or
You
whatever her
want me to
position
answer
was
this
to the.
question?
I'm sorry, she was also the secretary or whatever her position was to the guy
gotta
that
watch
he was
that
trying
movie
to-
again.
Yeah,
Get to.
yeah.
I gotta watch that movie. But here's the difference. You're gonna get a different answer from me at 48 than an answer from me at 30. I don't have time for that right now. I may need somebody that's already successful. I may need somebody that's already where he needs to be. And I always say right now I'm not going off potential anymore because I'm 48. At 30, I may have a little patience.
Mhm.
Right now I don't. I
Fair
don't have
enough.
the time.
Okay.
Sorry. It is what it is.
That
But
makes sense.
yeah.
Knowing what you want is definitely half the battle because I feel like a lot of men and women, they really don't know what they want. They really can't answer the question. Like I ask women all the time, what separates you from the mass majority of the women that's in your age group? What separates you from the average woman? Me. It's me. Like
What's
that's
behind that,
That's
yeah.
like that's so generic. So what separates you from the average woman? And 95% of the women I really ask that question to can't really answer it. Some tell you straight up, I don't know. It's like you ask a man that. I've never heard if I asked the men, same amount of guys. They reading them off left and right. Bomb, bomb, bomb. I bring this, I bring that. I do this, I do that. And the women like, oh, well, wait a minute. I didn't know that's what you meant. But it's for you to sit and analyze it, think about it.
Before you
And it really shouldn't be hard because when I asked the guys that, the guys were like, oh, this, that, and the other. And it's like the women are like, oh, okay. And then I feel like, all right, well, if you see that, maybe you should look internally because then that way you can bring something better to the table when you do meet that right person, when you feel like that person is right for you. And then you ask yourself that question internally. If you can't really ask that, then you really shouldn't be taking this thing serious because you're not going to bring that to the table because you asked that man that question. He might be able to answer it. And then he said, well, what about you? He's sitting across the dinner table, and now it's awkward. Now you want to check.
I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
And you can't beat them drawers because you know what I mean.
That anyway, I agree.
Yeah.
What you think,
Yeah.
Yeah, I told you.
Keno, you
You
tired?
ain't got nothing up.
Nah, I'm listening.
No.
You gonna get
Do
my
you remember
2
the
cents in a
questions?
minute.
You remember the question?
Yeah.
What's the question?
What you laughing at, T?
What's the question? I'm waiting.
What's the number one thing? What's the number one thing a man wants in his life?
I told you that already, dog.
What?
I told you cuddling. You didn't listen?
But
We didn't think
you
you
was
was
joking.
serious.
You was
was joking.
joking.
I want to be cuddled.
That's it.
That's it, Keno.
Yeah. At night when I'm going to my bed, I want to be cuddled.
I hear you, but that would be your number one answer. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's easy. You can get that from anybody.
Nah. I want it from one person.
Okay. So elaborate.
Why you gonna put my business out there? You asked me what's the number one thing I want.
Okay. So cuddling for Keno.
Cuddling for me.
Okay. All right, so we're gonna flip it around. I know when we was trying to set up you coming to the Lyonz Den, you said there were some things that you wanted to ask us from a man's perspective. So you have the floor. Shoot.
What I wanted to ask is totally different than what I'm about to ask.
Wait, what?
I switched it
The
up.
original question. Switch.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks for understanding.
Okay.
What I want to understand, because I've been talking to a lot of men and a lot of women lately, because I just been through something and it's fresh.
So you go both ways.
You know he's slow. Keep going.
All right.
Ross. Why is it so hard for men to be honest?
I'll be right back. I'm gonna go use the restroom.
Are you being honest? Or you just want to run?
No, he's scared. Track me.
Why is it so? Because speaking to the woman and men, it seems like the woman have been more honest with their partners than their men. Okay, so this is my thing. You come into a relationship, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just figuring this out. I'm only 3 years single back in the dating game. So I'm trying to figure this out. Different dating world than when I was in my 30s.
Mm-hmm.
You meet a person. I don't expect to meet you and you not have nobody in your life, right? You're like, it is what it is. It seems as if us women are more honest. Hey, I have this guy I'm talking to. Now I'm single. Just you.
Bullshit. I'm not going for that.
And I get it.
So
That's
the
why I
thing
say I
is,
only can speak from, because I'm not
sometimes-
experiencing woman dating. So when I speak, I only can speak from a woman.
Women lie too.
No,
I
but
get
my
it.
thing is,
I get it.
sometimes it depends on what you're talking about, because we tell women what they want to hear. You see what I'm saying? So
Exactly. And that's what I'm learning.
It depends on what it is.
I don't want to hear I'm the only one you're dating. I don't need to hear that. Because maybe you're not the only one I'm dating.
But if we tell you that, you're going to stay? If we
because,
tell you we got you with somebody else, you going to stay?
Yeah, because we're dating.
Emotional damage. Listen, women are emotional creatures, more emotional
Very.
than men.
So
And
that's
so,
why your best bet is to be honest. If
see,
you
that
tell
doesn't
me you
work for every woman, though.
No.
That
okay,
doesn't-
so we speaking for, okay, I only can speak for myself.
Right,
You're
that doesn't work. So the answer to your question is the reason why men will stretch the truth or prolong giving you the answer is because, I'm assuming, because they don't hurt your feelings. You know, we are the type of people that we will give it to you, straight, the direct answer, but because we understand that you're a little bit more emotional
Don't
than
do
we
that.
are, that you ain't gonna be able to handle it.
Don't do that though, because eventually, if she finds out, it's gonna hurt her anyway.
Well, I ain't saying that I'm lying. I'm just I'm just saying. I
didn't tell you the truth.
Yeah.
Nah,
I
I
omitted
just
it.
ain't answered.
So y'all think that's cool?
No, but especially, like, give you an instance. You put on something that you think looks really nice, right?
Tell me the truth.
Nah, you're about to go out and be like, man, what the fuck you got on? That's what you want me to say to you?
Yes.
Be like,
it's a
babe,
nice,
babe,
it's
but
a
it's not
nice,
what you
like,
say,
no,
it's how
no.
you say
I
it.
want to
No, but it's
represent
like,
it's
babe,
how you say it.
she's like, babe, how do I look? Fabulous. Let's go.
But you're lying.
No, but you can take another 45 minutes. We're going to lose the reservations, all that shit, trying to get ready. And all this.
I'm
Come
gonna tell you.
on, man.
Listen,
Maybe I'm
I'ma
tougher.
telling your ass.
Yes,
too.
I know.
I'm
Yeah,
tough.
I know.
No, I
Y'all
will
two
too.
seem like the type that
You
say,
going to be
nah,
like,
put
man,
something
take that
else
shit
on.
off?
No,
He'll
you
say
know-
it in the rude
That
way.
ain't it.
Nah, you know I'm gonna
That
tell
ain't
you.
it.
That ain't it.
But you know me. I'm gonna tell you.
I'd rather you tell me. Like, honesty, just let me know.
So
Or there's a nice way to say, hey, where we going? That's not appropriate. Or, there's a nice way to say things. You don't have to say it. That don't look nice on you. Or it's a nice
That's
way.
not appropriate, baby. Ever.
but see,
Damn.
all right. So let's bring it back. Let's narrow it down. What do you want men to be honest about in the beginning?
In the beginning, if I meet you and we show interest, let me know what you got going on as far as dating and other women and your situation, and I'll let you know what I got going on. We'll continue to get to know each other, and we'll keep revisiting. Communication. Let's say 3 months pass, and you wanna make it official or exclusive.
Mm-hmm.
Let's have that discussion. Maybe I'm not ready. Maybe you are.
So, from my perspective, it's and he touched on it. He pretty much said it. It's hard because most women want to be the number one.
But what if I'm telling you I'm seeing other people as well?
That's fine.
What,
So
what
you
time
still
you
wouldn't be honest?
I already expect
leave?
it.
What time
As
you
a
leave?
man. Hold on.
What you say?
If you are a realist,
Mm-hmm.
you should know that. And if I step to a chick and she's pretty, somebody else is calling her phone in her DM. Somebody else is trying to get that.
I agree. I
So
agree.
I'm not going into the situation blind thinking that just because you're single, I'm the only one trying to get at you.
Okay.
I'm not going to blindfold myself like that. No.
But we still should be communicating it. Don't tell me, you're the only one in my life when I'm not. I don't need to hear that.
But then you
The boldface lies is what you're saying.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't you look me in my face and you're telling me you're the only one I'm seeing.
but what you don't know
And you're
can't
lying.
hurt you. You ever heard that saying before?
You ever heard of everything comes to light eventually?
Yeah, but look at it this way. Then you're going to create problems. If I tell you, all right, baby, 2 girls hit me up today, or this girl constantly texting me, what you think the next question going to be maybe a few days from now? Did you hear from Tiffany today? You
Or-
can't tell me that
Or
you're
when
not,
she
you tell
get
me
mad,
you're not going to do
you better
something
go.
like
You
that.
better go call that
Yeah,
bitch.
yeah. You guys start arguing now,
No, but that's
and I
where,
leave the house. Oh, so you going to Tiffany or you going to here?
But that's where the communication has to come. Listen, I'm seeing other people. You seeing other people. We don't need to bring nothing up. We don't need to be mad about it because we just. Why I'm gonna be mad?
So
If
let
we
me
just-
ask you another question.
Maybe I'm just.
No.
Different. I
Let
feel
me
I'm
ask you
more of
another
a realist.
question. No, but
It's
seriously.
it's really
So I get what you guys
immature
are
people
saying.
out here. It's
yeah,
it's
I'm
the
more
lack
of
of
a
maturity.
realist. There's no way.
But all right, I don't mean to cut you off, but we start dating.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you seen other people, I'm seeing other people. We make it official. How do I know when you stop seeing other people?
Exactly. You don't know.
I got to take
And that's
your
what
word
I'm
for
just
it, right?
learning. Exactly. You don't know. You don't know.
So my thing
So-
is, when we start, you're not gonna know I'm seeing other people until like if it's not an issue, if I don't make it an issue, I'm not saying I'm gonna do it, but if I see, all right, I like T, potentially could be my wife. Let's make it official. I'm gonna cut the other person off and make you my number
That's
one
what we
priority.
should be doing once we make
Well,
that
see,
decision.
It also goes into people's expectations. Like a lot of people are going into a situation expecting to be the only person, and it don't start off that way.
I don't.
It don't. Like the average man is trying to deal with at least 2-3 women. You know,
Wow.
I'm not in that average.
with
Okay.
single.
Okay.
I can. Okay, so me being single, I can
You know
deal
you're
with
below-
two.
you
No,
know
I
you're
get it.
below average.
I can deal with 2 or 3
You know
men
what I'm saying?
dating
And I'm not saying
while
I'm not
dating.
saying that
Yeah.
you know you
Screwing all of them.
exactly, but you know to keep the conversation going, the entertainment and whatnot, and
That's what dating
as
is about.
time passes, then you start feeling one in particular, and you feel like
Mhm.
okay, you want to go there.
Yep.
But when you walk into the situation, don't have that blind expectation thinking that you're the only one, because it don't work that way.
The problem is people don't date with a purpose anymore. They're not dating with a purpose.
I agree.
They're dating for the sport of dating. I'm dating like a serial dater. I'm dating this, like how dudes. I
call
got
it-
this.
There's nothing
chick,
wrong with that, long as you're
I
being
call
honest.
it seasonal dating.
See,
The season
okay.
change.
Seasonal-
Yeah.
Coming
Yeah.
to winter,
Get cold,
you.
you need.
Yeah.
There's nothing
come out of the
wrong with
cold.
that though. Long as you're advising the person, that's what you want to do.
Right. But at the end of the day, what comes
no one
along
wants
with
to be honest.
with the sport is why would I if you're number one or you're number two out of four, why would I have my number one or my number two drop off when I could just keep playing the game until y'all disappear on your own?
Ooh, I'm learning some stuff.
See, that's
boy,
that's just the game.
Yeah.
That's the game right now.
so it's a game.
Most women
It
are not
is.
ready for
On
it.
both sides of
Trust
the
me.
table now.
It is.
It's women
Most
and
women
men. Women
Most
or
women are
men
not
are
ready.
Do you
doing
see
it.
the beast of women out here today?
I'm just
They're
saying
doing the
most
same
women
thing.
are not ready for it because
Women are
to
doing the
your
same thing.
point, we're dating, and I
He
let
on
you
date,
know.
so he don't know. He on date. He don't know.
Right.
No, listen.
Oh yeah.
No, but listen to what you're asking. Honesty, right?
Yes.
We dating. I let you know. I'm seeing some other people. You're not really my main focus right now, but I'm getting to know you. How you gonna feel with a response like that?
Fine.
You guys have a great night.
See, so you.
I
you're
just
gonna
met
feel
this guy.
fine.
I just met this guy, right? And I'm coming out of something. So I let him know I'm coming out of something. I really don't want to jump into something. I have trust issues right now. I've been through this. He was like, okay, cool. We can date, but I'm going to see other people as well. I said, cool.
How old is he?
He's a grown, almost 50. And I think that's the difference, too. I talk
It
to
is.
men in
Nah.
their 30s.
it
Listen, I
is.
talk to men in their
It
30s.
is.
Keno, I talk
Don't-
to him.
I'm gonna tell you
don't-
why. I'm gonna let her
don't do
finish,
that.
but I'm gonna tell you
Don't
why.
do
Go
that.
ahead.
No. I'm not going to say all, but the majority, in my experience,
Good.
a mature man is going to be honest. I've been meeting men in their 50s, and it's totally different than men in their early 40s, 30s. They are so much more
Facts.
honest.
Facts.
They telling you what they want. They putting it on the table. But the young guys want to play because I dibble dabble in the 30s. It is what it is. They want to play games.
Marcus.
They want to play games. So in my
Marcus.
experience, Keno, the younger guys want to play the games. And it's all good. They're young, immature. That's
No,
what
I
they
agree.
do.
I agree, and here's why. Because again, most men, as you get older, you get tired of just playing the game, man. Sometimes you just get to the point where this is what it is.
Don't do that. Because
Don't do what?
if T tell you some shit like that, delete. On to the next.
Tell him
No.
somewhat like what?
If T tell you I'm not trying to do nothing serious, I know you, Damien.
No.
Delete. On to
But
the
that's
next.
okay
That's
because
not true.
I'm telling no,
No.
Keno, it's okay because I'm telling him what I want. He has the decision to deal with it or not.
But some men will have you.
No, I want you to
Lurking.
be honest.
Some men gonna be there. All right, let me see what T's doing. You're still an option. Some men will keep you as an option. I'm saying some men like my boy over here.
Wouldn't deal with it.
On to the next.
That's not true.
But even if it was, it's
But
all
that's his
good.
prerogative. That
You have
he's
the
eliminating the
But that's
problem.
not true.
Maybe
That's what
he
I'm telling
wants
him.
something serious, and I'm coming
That's-
in saying I'm not looking for
That's
something
furthest
serious.
from the truth.
Oh.
That's the furthest from the truth. My issue is, and I've always said it, my issue is women not being upfront, just like she's saying. Like if I'm calling you out on something, don't sit here and try to make me look like I don't know what I'm talking about.
And you got facts.
'Cause there's
I
no
have
way-
pictures. I have.
There's no-
Don't get me started with this shit.
If I'm of the mindset, if you look good, somebody is trying to get at you. Don't sit here and try to tell me that.
I don't know, damn. That's not always the case.
I'm not saying that you're entertaining it.
That's not. No.
But
Well,
don't sit here and tell me that you don't have options. Women like to make it seem like they don't have
hold
options.
on now. I know a lot of guys that look and be like, yo, look at that one over there, and the jean jacket. Man, she
And don't say
cute, she
shit.
fly, and don't say nothing. Yo, go talk to her, dang. Nah, man, she
probably
got
got
it,
some.
man. She probably got.
But
She
everybody
probably
I
got
feel
men
always
like
gonna have
this.
options. I have options, but if I'm dealing with you and we exclusive, those options don't matter.
No, I know what you're saying, but what he's saying is that he's assuming.
No, I'm not assuming.
Yes, you are. You're assuming because she looks good. You just said it. You said she looks
She got a
good.
sleuth of men behind
That she's
her.
going to at least be talking to a couple dudes.
I'm saying don't act like people not trying to get at you. I said don't. You may not be entertaining it, but don't act like you don't have the options to entertain it.
Okay. I hear
But
you.
That's what I'm
again,
saying.
that goes back to my. You see the fine girl over there, and it's like mad dudes like checking her out,
No, what
but
we
won't
talking about?
nobody ever go say anything
Nah,
to her.
but
talking
you
about
got the
that. I ain't
10
talking about
dudes
that.
that are over there, and then you got 10 other dudes that are
I'm talking about
approaching.
face, that's in her
dude
face.
what
that's
Damien
in her
saying.
face. Don't act like you don't have the options to entertain.
Okay,
it.
pause. Okay, so on that note, knowing that, does that make you guys insecure dealing with her?
Not at all. I don't hold anybody on a pedestal.
Everybody's different. Yeah.
Nobody's
no.
on a pedestal for me.
I like competition. So
That's what I'm talking about. You
'Cause
have some men that's insecure. They
Yeah,
won't be
you
able
do.
to deal with a certain type of female. Like,
Like I said, you'll have a guy go, yo, look at her. Yo, go holler at her. Nah, man, look at her, man. She probably got guys out. You know, she probably playing. She probably play too much. You know, she got guys like this. You know what I mean?
and you can't assume.
Or,
Yeah, I've
or
been
she
that
she
guy.
want to
Never
do.
know.
Look at her. She want to do for money. How you know? Cause she look nice. She smell good. She
exactly.
want to do for money.
Yep.
That's not the case.
We can't assume. We
I
can't
remember one time I
assume.
saw this chick so fine, I was like, she got to be with somebody.
Yeah.
And what if she was
Can't be
single?
single.
Been
What if
single
she
for
was
5
single? You'd have
years.
missed the blessing.
No, single for 2 years.
Yeah.
When I finally said something to her, she was like, "What took you so long? I'm in a relationship now."
Nice.
Nice. She's in a relationship.
Boss. You tell you hurt? Hurt.
Yeah, bro.
But,
Man,
you know,
I think we all been there before.
of course, you look at somebody be like, boy, ooh, she got to have somebody. Single as a motherfucker.
Yeah, us women think that too. They look at a guy and be like, he gotta have somebody.
All right, so what's your next question?
That was probably pretty much it because you guys answered a lot of other questions without even knowing.
Right.
I'm just learning. At my
think-
age, I'm still learning. I'm learning about men. I'm learning about myself. I'm figuring out myself again, what I want, what I don't want. So,
But we're always going to
I'll give you one advice though.
Always.
yes,
Don't expect too much.
that's my problem. My expectations is high, but
But I don't know if I agree with that fully, though.
No, because when you set yourself up with this expectations, you set yourself up for
You get
failure.
disappointed. I agree. However,
That don't mean you're gonna set your bar low though, but I'm just saying just don't set it too high. Does that make sense?
I get what you're saying,
But does every man have the same bar?
Depends.
You know, that's the question too. That a woman has to compromise, just like a man would have to compromise. You know, you're gonna meet a chick with everything going on, single, got a good career, got her own place, you know, nice car, looks good, smells good, and then you're gonna meet another chick with a daughter, has a okay job, she's doing well for herself, the support is there from the dad. That's two different women. So your expectations for woman A and woman B is going to be, I would imagine, totally different because of the circumstances between the two. And I feel like that's going to be the same thing for men as well.
yeah.
You know, I am from a female's perspective.
I did learn something about myself this year. I thought that I did have high expectations, and the person I just dated wasn't at the level where I thought I wanted someone to be. So I learned something about myself, that I will look at something different. You know what I'm saying?
It's a
And
vibe. If y'all got a connection.
the
then-
connection was crazy.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, but anyway,
see,
that got me nowhere.
go back to your expectations thing. I think you should have high expectations, but the problem is don't expect everybody to meet your expectations.
Okay.
I think a lot of times everybody that you meet, you thinking that might be the person. And it's
But
not.
guess what? You're not gonna agree. Your high expectation is perfection. Believe it or not.
For me?
Anybody.
There's no such thing.
There's no such
Exactly.
thing.
There's no such thing.
No,
as
but again, that
perfection.
goes back to being a realist. Like
So
just
when you
'cause
have high expectation, you're looking
I'm
for
not
somebody
Lauren.
who's pretty much perfect.
No,
No,
All right.
disagree.
I have high expectations, but I don't
Disagree.
expect perfection.
because
And at this point, they're getting higher.
We know
They
there's
ain't
no
playing
such
no
thing
games.
as perfections, but you can't, like you said, you can't set the bar too low, and you can't come in here like, you know what, at this point I just take anything.
Don't settle. I
No.
always tell
Meet
people
me
don't settle.
halfway.
Compromise, but don't settle.
Meet me halfway.
Right.
And we're
'Cause I'm sure everybody got their deal breakers. You know,
Of
what's one of
course.
your
Halfway
deal
in 70-30. Okay? That's not halfway.
breakers? What's one of your deal breakers?
Person is just gonna lie and lie for no reason.
What's one of your deal breakers?
A damn liar. I can't stand dishonesty.
Flirt.
Flirt?
Yeah.
Elaborate.
See, mine is communication. If you can't communicate, boy, that
True too.
Okay.
I
I
have
like
a
that.
few, not just one. We have a few
Yeah,
deal
yeah,
breakers.
yeah.
But that's
you
the
said
norm,
one
though.
of them, but that's
That
good. That's good.
communication is like the norm, though.
No, hell
No,
no.
it's not.
No, it's not.
These people out here can't communicate, nor do they want to.
No, I mean as a deal breaker. Like
Oh.
communication should be like
It's not.
everybody's deal breaker. Like if there's
No,
no
it's
you
not.
can tell me you
Some
be in a
people-
relationship and you can't communicate.
Oh,
what
God,
hell is that?
Keith,
Keno.
you've been out the game for how
Keno,
long?
yeah.
How long you been out the
Exactly,
game?
30 years.
exactly.
Okay, so-
Goddamn, boy.
Some people
Nah,
don't
not
care
so long.
about communication.
Then what the hell they care about? T?
Exactly.
First thing
Lying
you
and
do,
cheating, and those are the ones that don't care about communication.
hold up. First thing you do, you go out, you meet a chick, and you ask her for a number. I'll give you my IG. You can't. There's no communication there.
I've done that a few times.
You sliding into the DMs with the rest of the brothers.
No, I've done that a few times.
No, we talked about that before, and I
Because
get
I want to
that.
check some things out first before I give you my number. Our page tells a lot without us even knowing. I've done it a few times.
So my page could tell you what. What are you looking
And
for
then,
on a page?
well, y'all know me. I love pictures. I want to see your swag. I want to see what you're working with. I want to see what you're about. If you got positive stuff, it tells a few things.
So I could go outside and take a bunch of stupid ass pictures.
it
next
tells
to,
some things, not
right,
everything.
but it's a
it could be a facade.
It's a facade.
Yeah.
And
Bro,
IG,
you getting the
Facebook,
number is still a facade.
IG and Facebook is not a real place. Can
Phone
we?
number, I can't look at pictures and I can't see, but on IG,
You can
I can
bullshit
look
in
at
text
something
messages,
and I
bro.
can decide if I want you. You know, I'm
You
physical.
can be a Damien in text messages.
But the first attraction is physical attraction.
Why ain't even for the entertainment?
But
I wanna see-
when I met
Messing
you,
with you, bro. Messing with you.
and I approach you because we're having this 5-10 minute conversation, and the fact that we went that long,
right,
obviously
right.
you're physically
You're right.
attracted to me.
So those are the ones who IG I probably won't. I'll probably give you my. It depends on the person and the connection at the time.
I just,
If I'm feeling you and we connecting right there, you're getting my phone number.
but that's not everybody.
No.
Everybody, it don't matter how what, but I got to see his IG. He gonna get my IG. Now I get the security
And I
behind
got
it.
that from my young friends doing that. You know what I'm saying?
But that's
It's
what
a-
it is. It's the
Mhm.
younger generation
I
that's
get it.
coming up.
Yeah.
That's just all IG. That's the new number.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta look at you. Look at my page. I look at your page. I gained a follower. You gained a follower,
Mm-hmm.
and because that's what it's all about. We all got to follow. No, we don't have leaders nowadays. Everybody got to follow,
Mm-hmm.
and then I got to look at your page and analyze, like you said. I got to check your swag. I got to check, what you normally do on a regular. I got to check what type of stuff you post on your page, and that's going to tell me about you. Well, couldn't you do that via a phone conversation?
It's just another way to look at somebody. We didn't have that back
You
in
saw
the day.
me in
no.
person.
Yeah, but it's just another form of me checking you out.
I think that's
it can
what
be superficial. Yes,
I think
get
it makes it very superficial. I think that's when you block a lot of blessings too, because that person could really be a nice person, but that person goes and has 14, 15 pictures up. You can be like,
Yeah, I get it.
you know what I mean? Versus 1,000, then you be like, oh, now you're entertained. It's more of an entertainment
There
thing.
you go.
I'm entertained
I
by
want to be
this.
entertained. Yeah, you're right.
But if you get to know me, don't be entertained off my pictures. Let's go make pictures together. Let's go be a part of something.
I think with me,
And then you
it's
be
more of
like,
a
and then
situ-
women
I've
can't
been
find a
through
good
some
man.
shit. I've been through some shit. Stalkers. So with me, it's just the extra step.
I said in the
You know
beginning,
what I
I
mean?
get the
So-
security part of it. I get the security part of it. But I feel like it's the way we handle it moving forward. So if you tell me, I get your number, and you tell me, I can give you my IG, I just don't feel too comfortable giving them my number. Cool. And I get it, and then I follow you, you follow me, and then we start texting. After you look at the pictures, we start texting. Because the pictures and what I got going on shouldn't really matter. Because what were you doing
It's wet.
what were you doing before IG? You know what I mean?
That's true. And there you go. And that's why I say my young friends just scooped me onto that because me dating, we didn't have IG, back in my day. You're right.
We had AOL dial-up. We had AOL.
We done-
chat room.
We didn't have a form of we had MySpace. Even before MySpace,
Facebook.
you really didn't. But I get what you're saying. But people just got to do what they're comfortable and what entertains them.
So
Like,
what's
float your boat?
understanding that you've gone through some things? What are you trying to? What's the end game for Tawana in this dating world? You want to get married again?
I will get married again. Definitely. And my friends get shocked when I say that because me doing it now, I'm doing it with experience. I'm doing it mature. I'm doing it from a different aspect. Hopefully, because I felt I got married off the wrong foundation. So I know what I'm looking for right now in a husband. I didn't know what I was looking for in a husband. And I was 40 when I got married. I waited until I was 40 and still did it for the wrong reason. So, yeah, I would definitely get married again.
We asked this question a few weeks ago. We discussed it, actually, and I want to get it from you from a female perspective. What's the number one thing that kills a marriage?
Communication. Communication. I feel where I probably went wrong and before I got married is roles wasn't communicated. What roles it's like there's so much we don't talk about before we get married. We didn't talk about roles. We didn't talk about,
Well, when you say roles, for those younger ladies out there that don't really fully understand what you mean.
Okay, break it down.
Yeah, break it down for them.
Everybody was raised different. You may have been raised seeing mom and dad work 50-50.
Mm-hmm.
He may have been raised seeing dad being a leader.
Mm-hmm.
This has to be discussed what we're going to do.
I guess I ain't got no dad or mommy. She didn't refer to me. Go ahead.
You're married, so you and your wife.
Man, real sensitive today, bro.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry, Keno. You married. So. No, but seriously, I feel I would discuss and ask and have so much open communication before I get married now because I know what questions to ask. What are going to be our roles? What bills are you going to, who's going to be I feel I'm looking more for a leader now, head of household now. I didn't know I needed that before because I'm so independent. You could still be an independent woman and still look for a man that's a head of the household. I didn't know how to balance that before, but now I think I know how to balance that. So this has to be discussed. You can't just jump into a marriage and not know what role you're going to play as the man and not know what role you expect me to play as your wife.
So what, moving forward, if you were in a marriage in the near future, what role would you like to play?
Yeah, ready?
Stay at home mom.
I hustled my whole life. I'm a hustler. In my last marriage, I had to hustle because we had a lifestyle we had to provide to each other. I want to relax a little more in my next marriage. I'm going to always still make my money and bring in, but I think I want him to be the head of the household. I want him to be the leader. I want somebody to follow almost.
So when you say that, you mean like part-time at your job and he work full-time?
Yes, I want to relax. And hopefully he don't, he's smart in wherever he's at, where he's not busting his tail too. That's why I say I never say I want a rich man. I want a successful man that can provide a comfortable life for me, and I can provide a comfortable life for him. I didn't look for that before because I'm a hustler. I'm independent. I'm tired.
Now,
I want to relax a little bit right now.
Does that success have to have a certain status or title to it?
I'm joking.
Well, no, I don't mean money. I'm just saying, does it have to have a certain title? Because success can come in
so many different forms.
I asked this question one time to a bunch of chicks. I'm like, would you date a garbage man? One of them said, nah. Because of the title.
But what if he's successful? He got money here. He got property he's owning. He got, so it's not.
To you, does it have to have a certain
absolutely not
title or status? Because a lot of times women look for status instead of, they say they want success, but they're looking for status. I get it.
To each his own, but you could have a garbage man that has money in the bank, that owns property, that has his, so we can't just label just because he's a garbage man. He ain't shit. You know what I mean? Don't they make good money? How much they make?
They do.
Yeah, so
they make money.
It's what you do. It's what you're doing to be successful. It's what you're doing, which is where you place your money. Yeah.
Okay.
So what, we know you got to get out of it, but what would you say to the younger generation?
You took my question.
Coming up. Got to be quicker than that.
About what?
Moving forward about about experiences out here as a single woman and dating and like you said, communication and being honest is the key. What would you say from a woman's perspective to help the relationship progress or grow or thrive? From a woman's perspective, what type of advice would you give the younger generation, a young woman?
The younger ones. Honesty. My thing is we all meet each other. Everybody's going through something. Everybody may be healing from a trauma. Don't come into someone's life putting more trauma on them. You know, if I enter your life, I want to be a healer. I want to make you comfortable. Ooh, ooh. Ooh. So me, and there will be a difference from younger women than older women. Older women, we're more nurturing. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So the younger men and women, just honesty. Just want to come into somebody's life to make it easier for them. Don't bring drama and your trauma on my lap. And but I talk to the younger people. Oh my God, they're out of control. They're dating.
Yeah.
They're out of control. They don't know honesty. They don't know loyalty. They are out of control.
Every man for himself.
So that's why I'm heightening my dating. 45 and over. If you under 45, don't even look my way. I can't take it. I can't take the immaturity.
What about knowing yourself?
You have to definitely know yourself. If you don't know yourself, how you know what you want in a relationship? And that's why I say maybe I need to pause for a second on dating, because figuring yourself out really doesn't end. I'm still figuring myself out, because you go through changes in life and it brings a new you, sort of, kind of. I'm healing from some traumas, you know. So that's why I say let me pause for a second. This way, when I enter a man's life, I'm not entering my trauma. I want to give somebody that healed me, you know, and I want that back. Don't come in my life with your goddamn drama and your trauma and your, you know. But men got a problem with admitting their trauma.
I think it's, it's the ego, the macho.
I get it.
You know.
Also, that ain't gonna expose too much, because if it don't work out now, what does a woman do when they want to get back at you? They go and throw it back up in your face.
Someone said that. Somebody said that to me. I was like, open up to me. So it's like, obviously he had that experience.
Right.
He was like, no, because I don't want you to use this stuff. I'm like, I wouldn't do that, but I wouldn't do that. That don't mean.
Right.
So I get it. So what do we do? Where's the trust?
I think it probably happens over time. And then, like, everybody opens up differently. You might open up in the first few weeks of dating a guy. You might open up because you really like this guy and you feel like, well, let me open up, make him feel comfortable. Maybe when I open up, he'll feel comfortable and he'll do the same. A man will be like, they're hit, they cool. But in the back of his mind, he probably not gonna open up to you too much, because again, you might not be around too long. Something might happen. Then you in the streets with his business, or you throwing it back up in his face in an argument. And you do have women that are like that, and you don't see it in the beginning. Everything's roses and peaches and cream in the beginning. Like everybody all cool and sweet, you know, in the beginning. But then you see another side of that woman or that man, because you do have some bitch ass. You have some men out here that will throw it back up in a woman's face too. But I think that's just far as in a man's perspective, they just don't look at it like, all right, well, I ain't gonna tell her too much, because like I said, I don't want to hear this. You know, it took a lot for me to come out to you and say this. And then, like you said, it probably stemming from the past relationship. It was his business was put on blast, or his business was told to some friends, some mutual friends, or some, you know what I mean, the homies. And then he don't want that. You know what I mean? He don't want that, so he prefer to just chill.
My question is, what do we do in this dating world today? What
trying.
do we do?
If you want it, you got to keep trying.
Pray.
That too.
Yeah.
Pray about it. Prayer is key. You
and I'm gonna jump back in. You know, eventually I'm gonna jump back in. But
pray specifically for what you want.
I wrote it
If
down.
that don't work, just hold him at gunpoint.
Boy, don't say nothing for 10 minutes, and there you go.
And that's what we come up with. Thanks, Kino.
I think you just got to keep trying, man. We got to. One of the things, and we're gonna wrap it up because I know we got to get out of here. One of the things that I've noticed with relationships is people don't hold themselves accountable. It's always somebody else's fault. What somebody else did to them.
Yeah.
You cheated on me, but you gonna tell me you cheated on me because you wasn't sure about us. What kind of bullshit is that?
Right.
That's what someone just told me the other day.
Yeah.
You cheated on me because you was unsure about where we were.
That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, communicate with me and ask me where we are. Let's talk about it.
Right.
Don't
That
go like
There's
that
no
was
accountability.
that's not
That was the first thing that he had on his mind, I guarantee you. Why you cheat on me?
no accountability.
There's no accountability.
See, now
no
I'm
more.
pissed
'Cause
off.
you-
Now
now
I'm pissed.
people just
I
don't.
ain't know what the fuck we was going to do.
Nobody wants to.
That's the
Nobody wants to take blame. Nobody wants to take blame. Nobody can say, you know what, I messed up. I was wrong.
And I'll forgive you and respect you a little
It's
more.
hard.
Not saying I'm gonna get back with you,
Right.
but I'll forgive you and I'll respect you more if you give me an honest answer.
Right. So I think once we start holding ourselves accountable, then dating will probably get easy. But we live in a day and age where social media doesn't allow you to be accountable because it's all a facade.
Yeah, yeah,
You know, I can put out what I want to put out and nobody will know.
yeah.
Entertainment,
Mm-hmm.
music,
Facts.
heavily influenced
I'm
music.
gonna go find me an old 60-year-old.
Now you don't know what you want.
So didn't I tell you I'm trying to figure it out?
But that's a part of it.
Find me an old 60-year-old.
That's a part of it. Kino Bino. Let's give you your moment so we can wrap this up and get out of here. Let me
Joke of the day?
give
Joke
you
of the
your
night?
camera. Yeah.
Doo-doo, doo-doo.
I like that.
CT, they've known me long enough, but I don't think you know. I didn't tell you about the time I got fired from the orange juice factory, did I?
No.
You say I couldn't concentrate.
Rascal.
Like I feel like he's sucking me into another dad joke because I really was like, what did this man work for? Orange Juice Factory?
Right.
Like
I got one more before you go though. Let me ask you this: if you like, say for instance, if you go into the Apple store, right, and there's a crime taking place, does that make you an eyewitness?
Wrap it up, Damien.
That was weak. I didn't like that one. You enjoyed it, didn't you?
he enjoyed it. Look at that.
Damien did
no,
too.
no, I just had to give his air horn. I didn't enjoy it, but you know, he's sensitive tonight. He wants air horn for everyone. Why didn't you give me an air horn?
Yeah.
There you go. T, we got to get you back in the studio, man. I feel like this was a dope conversation.
Yeah, I got some. Yeah, we need to definitely continue this.
Transparency is always needed.
Say it again.
Transparency.
Transparency.
It's always needed.
Transparency.
Transparency.
You know, and I feel like conversations like these,
Mm-hmm.
when it comes from grown, honest people.
Mature.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
Oh, I got to switch camera angles.
Gotta help my brother out.
I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah. My fault.
Transparency.
But no, transparency is always needed, and it's platforms like these that help get it out there, you know. But
Stop hurting people.
hurt people.
Stop. Hurt people. Get
And
some
you
help
gotta-
for yourself first.
Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Hurt people.
As always, people, we want you to hit the subscribe button, hit the like, hit the comments. Don't tell us the damn comments when y'all see us. Put it on the page.
Please. God. I had people running me down. Oh, I've been looking for you. I've been wanting to tell you about. Y'all should tell. Man,
Put
listen.
it on it.
Put it on the page.
I put it on the page.
Oh boy, but nah, listen, we appreciate the support. We thank you for your continued support. Once again, my name is Damian Johnson.
No, I know.
Go
Kino
ahead, I know.
Bino.
Kino Bino.
And I'm Tawana, and I appreciate you guys for having me.
I appreciate
This is
it.
a
awesome.
pleasure.
This is amazing.
I appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Keep it up,
Thank you.
guys.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Have me again.
No, we will.
Yeah, we will.
How you want us at? We're gonna wrap up the show.
What do you want?